Welcome everybody to yet another one of Guy Party Podcast. It's going to be Conundrum 73. What's going on? Welcome everybody to Guy Party Podcast.
You had quite the conundrum figuring out what to call it.
I did. I always do it 13 seconds before, but I always do it like 4 seconds before.
Usually.
So
sometimes you have it like way in advance, and then other times, most of the time, like every 9 out of 10 times, you don't.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Yep. Well, welcome. What's going on, everybody? I am Al, as you may or may not know. On the other line, we got Matt, of course, and we are Guy Party, podcast about games, comics, movies, and pretty much literally anything we can think about.
Yeah, we ramble.
Random, and then we go off. Yeah, so welcome.
Yeah.
What's been going on in the world of Mr. Matt? What have you been up to, man? One sec, my phone.
What have I been up to? That's a very good question. Like every week. Not too much. I mean, I beat Rage 2.
Yo. What are your thoughts? You like it? Yes, no, thumbs up.
I thought it was good. I feel like it can be a very quick game to beat if you're playing on an easier difficulty.
Oh fuck yeah!
Because like it's like you get out like the beginning mission, and then you have like 2 missions for each of the like people you meet. It seems like, and then it's the end game.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, that game was on how long to beat, an average of like 11 hours for the story. So
yeah, and that's probably highballing it, to be honest.
And that's probably highballing with people playing on Nightmare and hard modes.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
But overall, I liked it. I was a little upset with like the boss fight at the end, to be honest.
Easy, right? Or
so,
it's not.
Not necessarily that it was easy. It was just like it felt like it was building up that you were gonna fight. Like, spoiler alerts.
Spoiler for a game that came out a long time ago.
Yeah, a couple months ago. It felt like you were gonna fight General Cross the whole time, which was like the big bad guy, and you end up fighting like a giant monster type thing, and don't actually like fight him. So I was kind of a little upset with that. I was hoping there would be like another fight with him, because you do fight him like in the mission right before that or something. You do.
With the car, you're driving into the place and like he's like throwing shit at you, or like
no. I think it's like one of the missions where you go into the authorities' base. You like fight him at the very end of that before the final mission.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it felt like it was relatively quick.
It was for me too, but it was fun. It was a fun game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to go back and play it on my own time on an easier difficulty to
and
try and perfect it.
There's DLC.
There is DLC. Yeah, I'm gonna pull that out. I'm probably gonna wait for a Steam sale to pick the DLC up.
Yeah, that probably makes sense. I mean, it's a good fun, just like kind of run through it kind of game, but it's nothing like I'm gonna like I need to play the DLC full price right now. So
yeah,
I have fun with it though.
And then what else have I been playing? 7 Days to Die still with my friends.
Of course.
We're at a point where we have like everything, all the good stuff we can get, and now it's just kind of like trying to get ready for like the Horde Nights and not dying.
Not dying is a good thing.
It seems like we're all like just like it's a good game that we kind of just get on, and the people I play with, we just like talk about random shit. And try and figure shit out, which is fun. But then
clean house, literally.
Yeah, like you literally just go into buildings, clear it out. Like now it's also, so it's funny because like, so the last Horde Night happened, and like
it sounds like you're saying Horde Night. I'm like,
no, Horde, because a Horde. You gotta make sure that D gets in there, man.
Horde. Yeah, I got you. Got to make sure that D gets in that whore. Just fucking throw it in there.
I'm glad I'm glad you caught that joke.
I just knocked it down. You set it up, I knocked it down.
That was a softball.
Underhand pitch.
But it's like so like you can screw with the AI in the game, and on every 7th night when the Horde comes in,
Hard D.
You can set up a base so that way it screws with the AI, where the AI, so pretty much what it does is goes, what's the path of least resistance to get to the players?
Okay.
So like if you build an enclosed area, it's gonna go. The AI is gonna see what takes the least amount of effort to get through and attack that point.
Okay.
So what you can do in the game, at least early stages, is you can build like an elevated hallway, and you can make slanted panels that you can actually walk on, and the AI reads it as something they can walk on. But when they walk on it, they immediately slide down, go back to the beginning of the hallway, go upstairs, and run back to it.
Slide down again.
And it loops them.
So you just kind of stay up there and just fucking.
And
just
you can just
them?
unload on them. Get easy experience. You don't have to worry about like having to run or anything.
Running's not fun, man.
But the last horde night, we did that, and there's zombies that eventually come that can spit, and they spit acid, and obviously that destroys things.
Obviously.
Well, they came, they started spitting,
Doy.
and there's like an hour or two in game left, which is like maybe like. I'm trying to think. It's 24 hours is equal to 2 hours in real life. And in the game, it's 6 hours of nighttime. So that's half an hour of nighttime in real life.
Okay.
So there's
is that when it's like dangerous?
Yeah.
Kind of like dying light?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude,
So there's like
Dying Light's
15
nighttime?
minutes. Yeah. There's like 15 minutes left probably.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the spitters damaged the platform we were on enough that it
Fall
just
through.
collapsed.
Ooh.
And we all
Get
started
fucked.
panicking. Luckily, we all had motorcycles, and we immediately just laid down our motorcycles and just you can just drive around for like the whole night if you want because you drive faster than they can run.
I noticed you just like pull out your inventory, just like click bike, and a bike just appears. I was
Yep.
like, all right.
Yeah, it's a little unrealistic, but whatever.
I mean, what game isn't a little unrealistic? To be
True.
honest.
True.
To be honest.
I'm sure if we really want, we could find them.
I don't want to.
Okay.
Not
Fine
right
with that.
now. It's a different podcast.
But yeah, so now we're trying to set up another base where we're actually on, I think, day 27, so we have like 1 day left of preparing for the next horde.
Okay.
And I don't think this base is going to hold, so we'll probably end up driving around again at night. But yeah, I've been playing that. And then actually, Sunday night, I started playing through Divinity Original Sin 2 again. On Honor mode. Which
is that the hardest mode?
it's the hardest mode, and essentially, if your entire party dies, because you can have up to four characters in your party. If your entire party dies at the same time and gets wiped, essentially, it deletes your save.
No thanks.
So, like, you were in my
Dude,
stream
I'm just-
yesterday when I was streaming it, and it's like you can see it's turn-based. It's very strategic, and it's like
Yeah.
there's
I'm not about that, man.
there's been times where while playing on honor mode, like I literally sit there for like 2 or 3 minutes and go, how can I prevent this character from dying? And just play it through my head of like, if I do this and this and this, as long as this person doesn't attack, you'll be good, or something like that.
I just can't do. Anything that could potentially lose like 15 to 20 hours of gameplay.
Yeah,
Nope. No thanks.
yeah, it's
Hardest mode, and I can load right back into that spot. Sure. No permadeath. No, thank
Yeah.
you.
it's something where there's an achievement for it, and it was funny because like
yeah.
Sunday night, it was like 11:30, and I was like, I don't have to work tomorrow. Like, I don't know what to do, and I was like, screw it, I'm gonna do
Fuck
honor
it,
mode in
man.
Divinity, and I was like, fuck it, I'll stream it. And Sunday night at 11:30 my time, I had like a solid like 7 to 10 viewers just watching me. I was like, okay, I was expecting maybe 1 or 2 this late at night, but okay.
That's a niche. That's a niche.
And then-
niche, whatever kind of. It's a niche.
Yeah,
kind
and
of
I even checked the game before I streamed it, and there was like 5 or 6 other
Yeah.
people streaming it, and like
Yep.
maybe a max of 7 viewers in one of them.
Yeah.
But apparently
you go,
people
man.
want to see hard shit get played. Surprise, surprise.
That's yeah.
Um,
People want to see other people suffer and or die.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
Well, I think with Divinity also adds the aspect of there's so many different ways you can play it.
Yeah.
Because like all the characters have like even the characters in the game, I think there's 6. None of them are set to a specific way of playing.
Okay.
Like
just
the
kinda
Red
do
Prince, who's the
whatever.
lizard, isn't set to be in a fighter. If you want, when you create him, you can have him be an archer or a mage or a necromancer or someone
Yeah,
that
you
focuses
kind
on
of choose your
healing.
own path.
Yeah. Um.
Okay,
So
I
like
got you. I
it's
got you.
completely to a point where like you can play exactly how you want. Um.
There you go,
Which I
man.
think adds fun to it. Um.
Well, yeah. I mean, I want to be this character, and I also want to
Yeah, and
do this
they
with that character.
all also have like their own little stories going on in the game. Um, so it's like as you play through, you learn about their stories and stuff like that. Um, yeah, and then I guess the other only thing I've really done is I started Assassin's Creed Odyssey, the newest one.
Yeah, I saw that. I was in your stream. Yeah, man.
And I think that came out early last year. I think it was in contention for Game of the Year last year. October
early.
2nd, 2018.
It was late 18. Damn.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, that's a year ago already, though. Whoa.
Yeah.
Over a year ago. Fuck me.
So I'm playing through that, and I'm only like 2 or 3 hours into it, I think. But having a lot of fun with it. It feels very similar to Origins, which was the previous one. And these are the first two I played in like a solid couple years, and I'm enjoying them.
Nice, man. Nice.
So I'm excited to see where this story goes. But yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much been it. I've been telling myself I'm going to start reading again, and that has not happened.
So, yeah, it's difficult. I feel like you have two choices. I'm going to read or I'm going to game.
Yep.
And every fucking time it's just like,
well,
I'm going to game.
So what I actually did tonight was I just signed back up for Audible.
There you go.
Because like
if I'm paying for it, I got to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, it's something where when I go to work, I can put headphones in and listen to an audiobook.
Yeah. Yep.
When I work at the gym, I necessarily can't. Like you sometimes are at a computer, you have the luxury of being able to like pull up Twitch and watch people stream.
I have two monitors. I work on one and have
Me working at Rock Gym, I don't have the luxury of. If I do have a computer in front of me, I don't even have two monitors. I have one.
Yep.
So it's like all audiobooks. I can just put on my phone, put my headphones in, do my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
but
good.
I've been telling myself I'm gonna actually finish the first Witcher book because the Witcher trailer dropped and it comes out December 20th. I think is when the first 8 episodes come out.
I don't know. I didn't watch the trailer yet.
Oh, you gotta watch it, dude.
I didn't watch it yet. Oh my god, I'm sore, dude. I'm sore.
But yeah, I mean that's pretty much been my week. What about you?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Nothing.
Good talk.
I have been streaming some Borderlands 3, of course. I love that game, dude. I fucking love that game. I'm playing through my third. Yeah, right. Playing through my third character now. I'm playing through as Zane. Trying to make a cryo build for him, and I'm having a good time doing it. Nice. I beat Link's Awakening. First time ever.
So I also have played through that, and I'm in the 7th dungeon, and I'm getting pissed off at it. So
dude, the 7th dungeon was the worst dungeon.
Is it because when you die, you have to redo everything, it feels like?
Pretty much, but it resets. For me, it was okay, I can get to this point. Fuck, there's the floor is raised.
Yeah.
Where's the fucking crystal to lower this area? And once I hit that, how the fuck do I get back to this certain spot? Mm-hmm. After that, everything else is shifted. It's like it took me, dude. It took me like fucking 2 hours to get through that dungeon.
I was streaming it the other night, and I was getting to the point where I was like, I'm fucking done with this. Like, I can't keep fucking doing this. This is absurd.
Yeah.
So, and playing on hero mode or whatever it is, like, you don't get hearts at all.
Mm-mm.
So it's like the second you start losing hearts, it's like, do I just kill myself and start over? Like, what do I fucking do?
I don't know.
So
I don't know. I think I only died like 7 times in my playthrough, which, of course, it's because it's easy. But
don't do the hard mode.
I'm not doing it.
Save yourself.
Not yet.
Don't do it at all. You're gonna hate it. If you want to do a hard mode in Zelda, do it on Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild is fucking amazing too. I still have to get the DLC for that. But all in all, Link's Awakening was a really fun game, man. I really enjoyed it. It was adorable. Little Link just hobbling around his little fucking dash boots.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. As soon as you get the hook shot, the game was like exponentially better.
Yeah.
Hook shot is the best thing in any Zelda game. And off stream, I've still been playing Link to the Past, and
Where are you at in that?
Oh, dude, only the third crystal.
Why are you not streaming that, man?
Because it takes me a long time to figure shit out, and who wants to fucking sit there and watch me like?
Some people do.
What you thinking about? What should you do? But dude, it's like
I'd watch that shit.
I was stuck in the third crystal, their second crystal for a long time. I couldn't open his fucking door. I needed to open one door, couldn't open it. So I was like, how in the fuck do I open this goddamn door? Because there's 3 doors in one room, 2 of which are locked, 1 of which is open, and you have to move a statue onto one of the blocks. So like, as like a pressure sensor to open the door. I was like, okay, I can get in here, but like, how the fuck Turns out, after like 45 minutes of fucking around, using that pressure sensor also opens the other door in the room. Didn't fucking put 2 and 2 together because I couldn't see it. It was off screen.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, fuck it. Let me just walk. And it was like, you son of a bitch. The whole time I was doing it, but I just wasn't going over to the other screen to realize that it opened. And then I beat that.
Yep.
Got that crystal. Easy. And then now I'm on the third one, which is pretty much where the location of the Master Sword would have been, in the forest in the northwest corner.
Okay.
So I'm there. It's number 3 of the 7 crystals. So
yeah, I think I said this last week during the podcast. I think I'm gonna text my sisters and be like, "Hey, can I get the Nintendo 64 and Super Nintendo? Unless you guys are actually using them, because I want to play that old shit."
I mean, they're not gonna use it, right?
I don't think they really do. But yeah, it's like I want to play that and then find an HDMI adapter. No, you're still here. Did you lose me? Hello?
I lost you for a second there.
Oh, okay.
My bad. My bad.
Well, I didn't lose you, so you're fine on my end.
Cool. Anyway.
But yeah, it's like I want to get the HDMI connectors, like that way I can like stream them if I want to, or just like play them on my monitors, because I don't have a
old TV with a fucking RGB connector.
My old TV I used to as a monitor might have one, but I don't know.
Those things are a thing of the past, man.
Yeah.
The yellow, red, and white connectors.
Like I was trying to play Link to the Past on the Virtual Console on Switch, and
that's what I'm doing.
And it's like it doesn't feel right to be playing with a Switch controller. To me, it just feels weird.
Well, to me, it's the first time I ever played it.
Yeah.
So it feels right.
Yeah. To me, it's just like I want.
But I've been dying a lot. Like a lot. So I don't think people would fucking. I don't want to stream it. Like people would be like, "This guy sucks." Thank God for save states. Thank God for save states.
Oh,
any kind of progress, save state.
Yep.
Overwrite data. Continue. Save it. Low save.
Yep.
I feel like so cheap, but I mean, for a game that's been out for like fucking 25 years, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay.
Fuck it.
But fuck it. Anyway, yeah, that's my week, man. I haven't been doing much besides, just working and gaming.
Nice. Well, it was your wife's.
It was my wife's birthday. She was sick, man.
Did you try to do something fun at least, or
we went out for dinner the night before that? So we had a nice dinner at a new place in town here. We went out, had a good dinner, and then we got a bottle of wine and came home and hung out. And then on her birthday day, I took her for breakfast. And then after that, she was feeling like a little off in the morning. And it's like, all right, whatever, fuck it. Maybe I just need to eat something. And then she ate, and then she felt like death. And
that sucks.
Yeah, she was like cold, she was hot, she was like shaking, and she was just like she laid in bed all day.
That really sucks.
But yeah, we did what we could. Like, I got her a cake, Cold Stone cake.
I haven't had Cold Stone in a while.
Oh, dude, it was fucking delicious. It's called Peanut Butter Playground.
Oh, that sounds right up my alley.
Dude, it was like chocolate cake with peanut butter, chocolate cake, peanut butter, chocolate cake, icing, with Reese's Cups on top, and chunks of Reese's Cups thrown in the whole cake and mixed together. It was fucking amazing.
Nice.
But yeah, that's been it, man. That's it.
Nice.
So let's just get right into the news. Might as well.
Sure.
Hop up. But I didn't do it.
Where do we want to start?
You mentioned the Witcher trailer, right?
Yeah, Witcher trailer dropped. I think it was earlier this week. Yep. It looks like it's gonna be really fucking good.
It does look good.
Henry Cavill looks like he will kill it as Geralt. The writing looks like it's pretty well on point. Like I said, Henry Cavill looks like he's gonna kill it as Geralt. Like it looks like it from what I heard. Like I read on the comments in like some of the Reddit threads, it's gonna be 8 episodes, all releasing December 20th on Netflix. And it sounds like they're kind of taking the first 2 books and using that for the first 2 seasons.
Yep.
Which I don't necessarily know how well that's going to work out because I haven't really read the books. But, I mean, I've read half of the first book and it's a little bit like kind of slow. Where like so half of the first book could easily probably be like 2 episodes.
Okay.
So it seems like, you know, they're not trying to put more
things
into it and than they need to type thing.
That's good.
But
really good.
I think I told you like there's all this speculation in the DC cinematic universe whether or not Henry Cavill is coming back as Superman. But if that doesn't, if like for some reason he doesn't, like I hope he stays as Geralt for a long time because everyone's like he looks like he's gonna fucking kill it.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, he's probably going to. I mean,
yeah.
As long as that show's running, I'm probably guessing he's gonna be Geralt.
Yeah, and
So-
I've read that it's so I guess it's not gonna just follow Geralt, like him, Ciri and Yennefer. It's gonna kind of be split between screen time. Be like, I think I
Okay.
read it was
Okay.
like 40% Geralt and then 30 and 30 for Ciri and Yennefer. So it's not
Okay.
like Geralt is gonna be in every scene, every episode type thing. It's like kind
Good.
of like
Good.
you haven't watched Game of Thrones, but kind of like Game of Thrones if you've watched it for the people that watch that, where it's like there's some episodes of Game of Thrones where you don't see 2 or 3 of the main characters because there's so much stuff going on in that world.
Yeah. Yep. Kind of like The
so-
Walking Dead at the end of the episode. So you just follow one fucking character this episode. The next one follows another fucking character this
Yeah.
episode. You don't see
Which-
Rick or Carl or anybody because guess what? They're all... No, I'm just kidding.
Which actually, you just reminded me. I ordered another Walking Dead, like one of the books,
Compendium.
because there's like issues, volumes, books, compendiums. And I ordered the book. And I was just reading the reviews because I was like, I know the series has ended. I wonder like how close I am. And one of the reviews was like, perfect ending to the series. And I was like,
Perfect.
oh shit, this is the last one, so I shouldn't be like looking for book 17 or whatever is the next one.
Good. Good.
So I'm actually excited to finish that.
I read like the first like
You've read up to
3.
like Governor, right?
5 or something. I don't know. I read up to and past that.
Okay.
But then I stopped there. But dude, the comics are exponentially better than the fucking show. The
Yeah.
comics are
Well,
so much better than the show.
I've heard the show has gotten exponentially better also.
Really?
Yeah. Like there's like
Maybe 'cause
when
Carl's
we
down.
kind of like I think I watched 1 or 2 more seasons after when you stopped.
I couldn't take it.
And like I was getting to the point where it's like I like
Oh
the
my
comics. I like
God.
where this show is going to be going, but like I can't do this. And I
Yep,
stopped
yep.
watching, and I've heard a lot of people say like, yeah, it's gotten a lot better since then.
Yeah, but
So-
I'm not gonna invest my time because you can't not watch the shitty episodes. You can't miss anything.
Well, yeah, I
Watch
mean,
those shitty episodes to get to the good ones. You know what I mean?
that's why you just gotta wait for like a weekend
binge time.
when a huge snowstorm goes through and you can't do anything. You just binge the shit
there.
out of it.
Inevitable.
Like you see a big snowstorm coming on a weekend, go out, grab a case of beer, come back, just plop it down, and just use that beer to help you get through the shitty episodes.
Yeah, that's true. I don't remember them anyway, so I could have just skipped them.
Exactly.
That's good, man.
But yeah.
but it looks good. They did a fan service thing, I guess. There that showed. I think his name's. I think his name's pronounced Cavill, like travel.
Cavill. I think it's Cavill.
I just looked it up.
I've heard it's
Pronunciation,
Cavill.
it's like travel, Cavill, whatever.
See, I used to say
Henry
Henry
C.
Cavill, but then I've heard
Henry
a lot of
C.
people saying Cavill.
I don't know. I don't care. He doesn't care probably because I'm sure he gets it all the
Yeah.
time. But it shows him as Geralt, of course, in the tub.
Yeah, and
I
he
say
looks
that.
jacked.
In the game versus that, it's like a splitting image of like nice, like
Yeah.
that's some fan service with the game lovers. So I was like, cool,
Yeah, and
I dig it.
there's actually one line in the
And yes,
trailer.
he's always jacked, dude. He's a
Yeah,
fucking huge dude.
I mean, he was Superman, so he has to be jacked.
He still is.
Um,
He's still Superman. I hope so.
there's actually one line
Here's
in
to
the
open.
trailer which, like, I loved, and I was reading the comments, and everyone was like, that line was amazing. Where it's like, he's talking to like, I don't know if it's a specific character or just kind of like a random character, but they're like, I heard you Witchers are like monsters. I thought you would have like fangs or horns or something. And he's just like, I filed the fangs, and that was it. And it was just like the way he delivered the line was like, that's Geralt. Like
Perfect.
the perfect mix of like
Perfect.
serious dark tone, but having like a slight sense of humor to it.
Sarcastic asshole kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like,
I like it.
that's it.
Good. I can dig it. I can dig it.
I'm very excited for that.
Well, cool. Staying in the same vein of movies, Batman got a confirmed cast.
Kind of. So we
So what
knew
is this even?
Pattinson was taken over as Affleck for Batman, but there's been a couple other characters that have been confirmed for certain roles.
Gotcha.
One is Zoe Kravitz for Catwoman.
Let's see what this is. I'm yawning, man. I'm a old man.
She's been in movies I recognize, but nothing that I've actually really seen. She's been in Gemini, Lego Batman, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Mad Max Fury Road, Divergent, X-Men First Class.
Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's
like-
been in a lot of
those
movies I recognize, just nothing I've
Yeah.
seen. So I don't know who she actually is.
She's Lenny Kravitz's daughter.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Wow.
I haven't seen her in anything.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to point that out. I was like, that can't be a coincidence. Because she kind of looked like him a little bit.
Yeah.
But wow,
But-
Lenny Kravitz's hair is fucking crazy, dude. Holy shit.
There's also been a confirmation for who's going to be Commissioner Gordon. And I feel like this was kind of one that no one saw coming. Jeffrey Wright.
The fuck
He's
is that?
in Westworld. I know that he was in Quantum of Solace as Felix. For the record, in case you don't recognize the name, he is an African American actor.
Yeah, no, I see.
Well, I'm just saying for those who
Yeah.
don't have a computer at their hands and are
He was
listening.
in. Yeah, he's movie and TV shows. The Batman 2021. Yep.
And the reason
Cool.
that's kind of a twist is because in all the comics, Commissioner Gordon is white.
Yeah. I don't give a shit. Bring it on.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen him in, he's been good. I'm excited to see what he does.
I guess he's also Felix Leiter in No Time to Die, the new James Bond movie coming out next year.
Who was Felix in those movies? I don't.
Felix Leiter, that's his first last name. It's been a running character since the Bond movies like started.
Okay. I mean, I assume so because Daniel Craig's Bonds are supposed to be like the beginning of his career. I just don't really remember him being in those movies.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Let
I'm
me
pretty
look him up,
sure.
actually.
I'm pretty sure he was in Westworld. Was
Yeah, so
was Felix like a American spy or something?
Felix Leiter is a fictional character created by Ian Fleming, of course, James Bond series. This character is an operative for the CIA and Bond's
Okay.
friend.
I vaguely remember him at the casino game. They're in Casino Royale at the poker game now.
Yep. After losing his leg and his hand to a shark attack, Leiter joined the Pinkerton Detective Agency. The name Felix comes from the middle name of Fleming's. Yeah, whatever. I don't care about that. But yeah, he was also a former operative in the CIA.
Yeah. So
cool.
he's going to be Commissioner Gordon.
Yep.
And then Paul Dano is supposedly going to be the Riddler. He was in Cowboys and Aliens,
Okay. I'm not. That name does not sound familiar whatsoever.
Night and Day. Yeah, I'm looking at like stuff that he's been in, and not a lot of stuff that I recognize. He was in Looper
Okay.
as Seth.
I think I've seen that parts of that movie.
But yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like he's been in a whole lot of stuff that I recognize. So I'll take the director's word that he's gonna be good. But the reason I brought this up was because there's word that Andy Serkis and Colin Farrell are in talks to be in the movie also.
Colin Farrell, what the fuck has he been up to besides Stranger or
Colin Farrell was in
Harry Potter stuff?
No, wasn't he in The Boys? Or am I thinking of someone else?
I don't know.
No, that's Carl Urban.
I didn't see The Boys.
But Andy Serkis is supposedly in talks to play Alfred Pennyworth, which I could see that a little bit.
Dude, so I thought Colin Farrell was a lot fucking older than he actually is.
Is he 45?
He's 43. I thought for some fucked up reason, I thought he's been around for a long time, and I thought he was like 57 or like mid 50s or something. Didn't know he's that young.
Nah, I feel like I knew he was relatively young because I remember he was in what was it? SWAT from like the early 2000s. Was that what it's called?
Yeah, I remember a movie called Phone Booth from the early 2000s.
I remember hearing about that.
With Colin
I never
Farrell.
watched it.
It's it came out in 2002, and I thought at that point in time he was like 30, like 30, 35. So
Yeah, he was in SWAT in 03.
Apparently not. So, yeah.
But yeah,
91% like that movie.
Andy Serkis in talks to be Alfred, and Colin Farrell is apparently in talks to be the Penguin.
Colin Farrell?
That's what it says. So that'll be interesting if that is the case.
Yep. Weird, but whatever.
But like, I could see Andy Serkis being Alfred.
No idea who that is.
Andy Serkis?
Yep. Nope.
He was the dude in Black Panther and Age of Ultron with the vibranium.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah, and he's done a lot of mocap stuff. So, like, he's the guy who did the motion capture for like the Main Monkey and Planet of the Apes reboots. I think he did King Kong.
I think so too.
Gollum.
He looks like he's a very he can play a rough kind of dude, or he can play like a pretty suave kind of. He can
Alfred is both.
Spectrum. Yeah.
Which Alfred can be both.
Interesting.
So cool. I think he would be a good fit for Alfred if he got it. He might have to lose some hair on top of his head. Looking at it.
Yeah. I really don't know how fucking Batman is going to be with Pattinson, but I guess we'll find out.
I mean, I'm trusting Matt Reeves is going to do a good job. Like, he did a good job with Planet of the Apes, and one or two other movies he did that was pretty good. So
Cool.
But yeah.
Cool.
So I'm excited about that. And I think that's all the confirmed stuff and speculation right now. I don't know if there's any others in the works or anything.
Yeah,
so
we'll keep a lookout and we'll know when it fucking comes, man. When it comes, we'll know. Cool. So let's get in some gaming news here then, right?
Sure.
I don't know if this is really news to many people, but it just happened recently. I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is now on PC, but only on
Rockstar's launcher.
On Rockstar's launcher.
Like every other company that has a launcher. Yeah, it said that they're going to be poured in it to Steam, but there's no date yet on that.
2073. So
I mean,
so we'll see about that.
I would really love if they also ported the first Red Dead to it.
That would be nice.
But who knows?
Red Dead Revolver or Red Dead Redemption?
Redemption. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just fucking with you.
I'd play both. I'd play both, actually.
Yeah, me too. Red Dead Revolver was okay. It was good for its time.
It was more level-based. It wasn't as open world, but yeah.
Yeah, so I think NVIDIA released a new driver or something today just to make sure recently so people can play Red Dead Redemption at like these crazy fucking specs. It's insane.
Which apparently there's still issues with it crashing and stuff, which I'm not surprised.
Yep.
PC gaming for you.
Yeah, they put out a bunch of fucking recommendations and stuff. Like if you want 60 frames per second at 4K, you'll need to reduce the settings even on your 2080 Ti.
Sounds about right.
Jesus. If to see Red Dead Redemption 2 at its very best, you might just have to stomach a lower frame rate. Jesus fucking Christ. That's what kind of computer do you need to be able to run this thing full fucking force? Like,
probably something that doesn't have
Jesus Christ.
Whatchamacallit yet. something hardware that isn't even out yet.
Probably, yeah. It's fucking stupid. Why they made it like that, I have no idea. But it's kind of crazy that you need such crazy fucking specs to run that on PC. So I guess I won't be getting it on PC. Ha ha ha. And the thing I'm most excited about that I heard today is that Guerrilla Games job listings seem to explicitly acknowledge the existence of Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
Yeah, you'd be pretty psyched about that.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Besides The Last of Us, like Horizon Zero Dawn's story is probably one of like a very very close second of my favorite story in gaming. Yeah, and if you play it, I think you'll enjoy it very much so.
Yeah, it's definitely on my list to do. Vaguely. I know it's like takes place in the future and you're like out in the Midwest or something, and
yeah,
like there's dinosaur machines and
it's set in the future. Humankind has collapsed and like the machines have taken over pretty much, and we've resorted back to like tribalism. So
yeah,
it's fucking amazing. The story. So the story of the first one, like as soon as you start wondering something, like because it plants a seed and you're like, well, how the fuck did that happen? Like what happened with this? It tells you, gives you the information. And all of a sudden that opens up another can of worms of like, but wait, what about this and that other thing? And then the next major mission is like, okay, that answers that question. Like it keeps planting seeds and leads you on trails and like lets you think about something, and then just like, okay, but here's this, and then like, holy shit, 360, fucking awesome. And the DLC was amazing too because it took place in Wyoming. Hey. But yeah, so I'm reading through here. So what are your thoughts on Horizon Zero Dawn being a late PS4 game or PS5 early release?
Are you saying, do you think it will be on PS4?
Do you think it'll come out on PS4 end of its life cycle? Like next year?
I'm gonna say no.
Me too.
But for all we know, like after what Bethesda did with Fallout 4 and even 76, where they announced it like within 6 months of release, because it was like, oh hey, guess what? We've been working on this and it's just about done. Here's a date.
Yep.
I could see them potentially doing it. So here's the only thing.
I would lose my fucking mind. I think.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think besides Last of Us 2, Horizon Zero Dawn 2 is like the next like major hype game for me. Like Cyberpunk, yeah. Animal Crossing, yeah. But like The Last of Us and Horizon Zero Dawn, they have the best stories for me, in my personal opinion, and I just can't fucking wait to play them again and just elaborate on those stories. But go ahead. Sorry.
So the only reason I say I don't think it will be done before PS5 is because the first one was released in 2017. While that's been 2.5 years since release.
Yep.
I guess about 2 years since the expansion came out. Which, it sounds weird to say expansion for a game. Everything is called DLC now.
Yep.
Hearing expansion
it came out
takes
early
me back to the 90s.
Now.
The
February 28th, 2017.
Yeah.
The base game. Yeah. But dude, I remember actually.
I feel like with how big and dense that world sounds, I feel like 2 years isn't quite enough to have it just
get a whole
about ready.
Full-fledged story and everything ready written.
From what I've heard, it with how deep that world is and like how expansive it is.
You gotta play it, man.
It's on the list, man.
Yeah, I know. But
I have a lot.
Dude, overall it's 4.9 out of 5. 96% people like the game, man. Just saying.
Never gonna play it.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna grab the disc wherever it is and just
fucking snap
break it right in front of you.
Fun little story for everybody listening. I was traveling a lot like right after this game came out, like all of the East Coast for this one job we were on, and I remember texting you, Matt, and I was like, I was in a GameStop randomly in like Virginia, because I had like 3 hours to kill. I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do? So I went in there, and I was like looking at used games and like other stuff, and I was like, what the fuck do I want? I remember I bought Uncharted 4 used for like $7, and I was like, dude, do you hear anything good about Horizon Zero Dawn? And you're like, I'm not entirely sure. I heard good things. Looks cool. I was like, that's all I need to hear. So I bought it. And I was like, I started playing it soon after that when I got home, and I was like, dude, this game is fucking awesome.
I feel like now that you bring that story up, I remember you texting me about that.
Actually, for some reason, I remember that vividly. I'm just walking through a parking lot. I just like, there's a little strip mall there, and I was like looking at some other shit somewhere. I was walking through the parking lot like, what the fuck am I gonna do for the next like couple hours? Because I had a job in the morning, and then I had a job in the same place like 5 hours later at night. And I grabbed lunch. I was like, what now? I was like, oh, let me go to fucking GameStop. Let me buy something. So, yeah, I'm very happy I did. But I found a little blurb here about Horizon Zero Dawn 2 news. So Horizon Zero Dawn must be in early stages of development, but so far there's very little news about what will be featured in the sequel to Guerrilla Games' phenomenal Horizon Zero Dawn. But hey, you know what? It's just speculation. They say until we get any solid information. Going to have to do for now. Apologies. Then they go on and talk about like, will Aloy return? It's more speculation, but apparently there's a bunch of jobs posted by Guerrilla Games explicitly, like almost directly talking about Horizon Zero Dawn 2. So, which also leads me to believe that no, it will not be on PS4.
And so I was looking through the wiki page for Zero Dawn.
Yep.
It was officially announced at Sony's E3 in 2015.
So 2 years.
And was the cover story in September 2015 issue for Edge and October 2016 for Game Informer.
I'm sorry. Yeah, not so. I'm sure they started earlier than that, like much earlier than that.
Yes. It said that the concept art as well as the game's codename Horizon was leaked in September 2014.
Wonder if this uses the same engine and kind of world builder.
So that's the thing.
That could be
if they're using the same engine and roughly the same world and using some of the same assets. Obviously, it would be a little bit quicker turnaround. But unless they started working on it right when they were done the DLC, I don't see it coming out within the next year.
Yeah, me either. Which, you know, as much as I would like to see it, I don't want to see it next year.
You got enough.
There's a lot coming out next year that I don't. I mean, we got Cyberpunk, Last of Us 2, and Animal Crossing. Those three heavy hitters are going to come out fucking close to each other. I think they're already coming out within a month or two of each other. So I'm going to get one, play it, the fuck out of it, and then so forth. And hopefully that'll get me through 4 or 5 months, and then I can chip away at some of the backlog still. So
yeah, like New Vegas.
Like that. I'm actually gonna beat my Zane playthrough. I'm
okay. I was gonna ask you that.
New Vegas. Yeah.
I was gonna ask when you're getting to New Vegas because you gonna get into New Vegas makes me want to replay it.
Yeah. So
I want to watch. I want to have you stream it and play through it first, and watch you play it, and then I'll probably stream it too. But I know you probably want to avoid spoilers.
Yeah.
So it's like I want you to do your thing, and I'll just stick around because I've done all the endings and I vaguely remember them.
Yeah.
So
you've done all the endings?
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Took a while. But,
Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, it's like 6 endings, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what you said.
So, I think when I decided I was gonna do it, I started a file, and I specifically noted somehow, I think on Notepad or something, this is the file save number, these are the data that's this time played, this level, this character name. Yeah. So I could just skip the beginning part because the beginning of it is almost always the same. It's not until a couple hours in where it kind of branches off.
Wow. Wow, never changes. You see that thing with Waluigi? Someone dubbed him over the first of Fallout 4. Wow. Wow, never changes. That's funny. Yeah, so I'm going to play through Borderlands here again, and then play through that, and then go back to Borderlands and play through Flak, and that would be 4 all characters maxed out to 50.
Took you long enough.
Well, I mean, I've been playing other games. I'm playing Link's Awakening. I played a bunch of shit.
I'm messing with you.
Oh, I know.
Do you know?
But it's good. I played Last of Us again. Played through Link's Awakening. Yeah, I played some shit. But yeah, that's. I am extremely excited about that, and I am pumped. So, moving on.
Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything? I haven't really heard much, to be honest.
I have. I've just read through the article earlier on IGN. IGN gave it a 6.8 out of 10, and they said it was like, what was the word they used? Damaged goods. Like a little delivery fucking joke, I guess. But I still don't know what the fuck the game is about. But
it sounds like you're a mailman for something. That's all.
Dude.
And you're carrying
really
a baby.
Mixed reviews though, so I don't know what the fuck to believe. I'll have to watch up and stream it.
It's supposed to come out on PC in summer 2020, is what it's saying.
Okay. It's a PS exclusive, right?
I think right now it is. I think if it comes out on Steam, I'll wait to pick it up on sale.
Let me see if they have a quote unquote verdict. They do. So they're talking about like it's clear that Kojima, who's really.
So
it's clear Kojima's the one taking the piss, like pretty much the guy in charge. Saying a stretch of road I built some 20 hours earlier sprouted into a lengthy highway, all thanks to persistence of others. Like, I guess you can like work together or something. I'm not entirely sure. I have no fucking idea. I really have to watch people stream this.
So I put up just for reception on Wiki real quick.
Yeah.
Metacritic, it got 84. Destructoid, it got 8 out of 10. Easy Allies, 8 out of 10. EGM, 5 out of 5 stars. Game Informer, 7 out of 10. Game Revolution, 5 out of 5. GameSpot, 9 out of 10. Games Radar Plus, 3.5 out of 5. Yeah, okay. GameSpot gave it 9 out of 10.
Interesting.
IGN at 6.8, and at VideoGamer.com, 8 out of 10.
So I was looking at like the banners they post up, like Death Stranding available now or whatever, and they use like 10 out of 10, 9.9 out of 10, 9. Reading the names of these people giving them reviews. Like, who the fuck are these companies and like these websites giving these reviews? I've never heard of them before, but I'm sure they picked them just because they got the high reviews. Like IGN's on there, Game Informer's on there. But let me just read the verdict really quick, so I can kind of get more of an understanding. Certain landmark games in recent years, like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Red Dead Redemption 2, have managed to successfully tread the line between the rigidity of realism and the exhilaration of pure escapism. But much like its stubborn protagonist, Death Stranding just can't consistently get the balance right, despite possessing equally lofty, ambitious, and countless inventive ideas. There is a fascinating, fleshed-out world of supernatural science fiction to enjoy across its sprawling and spectacular map, so it's a real shame that it's all been saddled on a gameplay backbone that struggles to adequately support its weight over the full course of the journey. It's fitting that Kojima Productions' latest is so preoccupied with social media-inspired praise, because in some ways, I'd like Death Stranding. I just don't ever think I'll love it.
It really sounds like if it comes to Steam, it's going to be a sale pickup for me.
Yeah, maybe.
And I think part of it is because, like, I'm sure right now, especially with the game being out, I can go in and find spoiler-free reviews that really explain the game. But it was like it was what 3-4 years of like this game was announced, and it's like
hype.
We never learned anything about this game. And I like my one boss at work, like he's a big gamer.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, dude, like, did you hear about Death Stranding? And I was like, yeah, what the fuck is it about? And he's like, I don't know.
I still don't. I'm reading about this. Like, yeah,
and
okay.
It was like every year leading up to E3. It's like, he was always like, do you think they're going to tell us anything more? Or I'd be after E3 just like, see how they didn't explain anything more about Death Stranding? It's like, yep.
Yep. Yeah, after the past 3 years of cryptic and confusing teaser trailers, the question on everyone's lips has been, what exactly is Death Stranding? Well, now we know the answer, and it is complicated, is what they say, which is so true. Like I didn't know. I still really don't know shit.
I think it's just going to be a sale pickup for me, just so that way. And I'm just going to try and stay away from everything about it, so that way I can just really go in blind and just not know what the fuck to expect.
I'm probably going to just watch someone stream the entire story.
You could do that too.
Because I might just not And if it's because I did that with Days Gone, and I was like, damn, like at the end of Days Gone story, I'm like, I really wouldn't mind playing this game now. Like I might think about picking it up here sooner or later.
Yeah.
But and it's been long enough now since I watched it that I don't remember like these crazy points, but in the game, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's mixed, and it seems like it's getting decent. It looks pretty fucking crazy.
I remember Days Gone was kind of in the same aspect as Death Stranded 2, where it was like every year at E3, it was like it was there.
Yeah, what the fuck?
But it felt like we were always seeing the same footage, and it was like, what else is in this game? And it was also kind of coming. It was announced like at the end of like the big zombie craze,
and it wasn't going to come out for 3 years later.
Yeah, and I think that's like, what hurt. It's like sales and stuff was like, video games are past that zombie craze.
Yep.
But you've been like constantly showing it at E3, and you haven't been shown much new stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, but like the world looks pretty fucking amazing. There's a clip playing right now.
I mean,
it looks really
Kojima is known for being able to build stuff like that because he did Metal Gear, I believe. He used to be with Konami, and
this is the first game from famed designer Hideo Kojima since his dramatic departure from publisher Konami and his long-running Metal Gear franchise.
Yes.
Yep.
Because he was also, I think, working on a horror game called PT that never got released.
PT?
Yeah.
But wait a minute.
It was supposed to be like this big, like super creepy, horrible horror game, psychological, first person, and it was like the demo, a free download was released on PS4 in 2014. And actually it was supposed to be something similar to like a Silent Hill game.
Okay.
And it was canceled. And then I remember like people were selling their, like the demo got removed from the store, and people were like selling their PlayStations that had the demo installed on it for like hundreds of dollars.
Stupid.
And like that's kind of where like Kojima and Konami kind of split at that point.
Gotcha. I'm searching through something right here.
Oh, and also just it was going to be directed by Kojima and Guillermo del Toro.
That sounds pretty.
Which is a pretty big name, which I don't think we talked about, but I think it was a couple weeks ago. A couple weeks ago, someone like hacked the demo, and they found out like there's this like crazy like ghost witch lady that you run into in the game.
Yeah.
But they hacked the game, and they were able to like move the camera around separate from the player, and they found out that character was always following the player.
Oh, Jesus.
Which like adds that like when you find out, it's like, okay, this game is even creepier because usually in games, like, you know, they set things up so that way like it's flags and like they come out of walls or something, but it's like it was always there in the game, and then you triggered it to come out, where like this, it was like, no, she was always right behind you. So when you heard her, she was actually right behind you, which there. In your mind, it's like, oh, it's a video game. It doesn't matter. But like,
it matters.
Just knowing that now, it's like any horror game I play now is going to be like,
fuck, are they there?
Am I just hearing things, or are they actually right behind me? And no matter what I do, I can't see them. It's just going to add some anxiety to it.
Fuck that, dude. Actually, it's funny you mention that, because I was going through. Let's transition here. There's the top games of the decade, right? IGN, or I'm sorry, Polygon released an article. Well, they're 100 top games of the decade.
Real quick before we dive into that, because that's kind of the last big thing.
Yeah, I have to. I think
real quick. EA Games announced that they are going to be bringing games back to Steam after, I looked it up, it was 8 years.
Damn.
Since they started putting games on there. And actually one of the first games they're bringing back or releasing on Steam is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
There you go.
Which is a pretty big thing. There's no achievements listed yet on it, but it's like that's a big move, especially with what we've been hearing with Epic Games buying exclusive deals and stuff like that. So hearing EA go, yeah, we're putting games back on Steam, it's the opposite of everything we've been hearing of. You can only get it on this launcher, you can only get it here, you can only get it here on PC. Whereas EA Games is now like, hey, You get it on our launcher, or you can get it on Steam.
Yep.
You know, you can choose. And it was like, good on you. So
Good.
I'm happy to hear that. Hopefully that takes things in a better direction in the future.
Yeah.
But yes, top 100 games of the decade.
Dude, I do not agree with this. If it's actually ranked in order, which I'm thinking it is, I don't agree with it at all. But that's my personal opinion, and I didn't do the research they did. So, and it's funny that you mentioned PT because it's on this list.
Yep, I saw that.
It's like
Which
top
wasn't
10.
even a release game.
It's a fucking top 10. And I've never A, heard of it, B, seen it, and there's a
we just
screenshot.
wanna-
It looks fucking horrifying.
Just
Anyway.
rolling down the top 10 real quick. 10 is Fortnite, which I think is kind of dumb.
I can see that because it's. But I mean, think of it from like an industry standpoint. How much money it's made, how much of a big fucking impact it's made. People, I mean, I don't like it, but people love this game. Man. It's still one of the top streamed games of all time on fucking Twitch. Like,
Yeah.
anyway,
Continue. But number 9, Witcher Wild Hunt. Number 3.
Witcher 3, I like that.
I don't know why I said it in that order.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was number 9, which I think
can see
everyone just.
it has, yes, it should be in top 10.
Yeah. Number 8, Dark Souls.
I bet you're happy about that.
Yeah, which is also kind of
It's got a little tighter.
little bit.
A little bit.
Number 7, PT.
PT.
Yep.
What the fuck does PT stand for?
I don't even know if it was
PT is and always will be the best horror game. Okay.
initialism for playable teaser.
Playable teaser.
So it didn't really even
It didn't even have
have
a fucking name.
a name.
Interesting. I'll have to look more into that. But anyway, it was just funny you mentioned that because I had no idea. Number 6.
Apparently League of Legends is up there, which I guess is kind of the same thing in the vein of Fortnite, where it's just so many people play it. Like you always see it on Twitch on one of the top streamed games and stuff. So
Yep.
I tried it before a couple years ago, couldn't get into it.
No way. Nope. Not my kind of game.
Number 5, Pokemon Go. I could see that. That kind of
Yes.
in the summer it came out, it was like everyone was playing it.
Yeah. Change the world. Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
That's what they
I
say.
remember anyone our age that had a smartphone was instantly playing it because it was
That's true. My
it was
cousins
a
were playing like crazy.
huge nostalgia hit.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Number
it's still
4?
going.
it
Kentucky Route Zero, never heard of it.
Never heard of Kentucky Route Zero, and I have no idea how it is in top. It's number 4.
I almost want to look this up without really reading into it.
I
And
don't
just
know.
see what it's like. Number 3, Spelunky.
Heard of it?
I've heard of
never
it. I've
played it.
watched some videos of it. It's kind of like a roguelike where like it seems like everything is kind of randomly generated.
Okay.
And apparently it's called the Everlasting Platformer because I guess it just keeps going and going and going.
And it randomly generates levels.
Yeah.
Huh. That's
So
actually
it's,
pretty
I
cool.
guess maybe there's not a way to beat it. It's kind of like a Pac-Man
keep-
or whatever where it's just
keep
trying
going.
to top yourself each time.
Okay.
Number 2,
I agree.
Breath
with,
of the Wild.
I agree with this.
Definitely up there.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when it was announced, people lost their shit. And people were like,
warranted.
people heard the announcement, they're like, buying a Switch. Like,
Yeah.
like I think I bought a Switch when Odyssey was announced.
I did. That's what I did.
But I think when I first got my Switch, Breath of the Wild was the first game I got with it. But yeah, I mean, I'm super psyched for this sequel, obviously.
Yeah, dude. I think it's gonna come out quicker than we think it's gonna come out too, because I think they're gonna put it in the same kind of world and everything too, right?
Yeah, I would assume they're reusing a lot of assets. Because, well, I think we said before they originally were going to plan the sequel to be a DLC, and they just kept adding stuff to it, and we're like, holy shit, this is just a game in itself now.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty much.
So I'm sure they're reusing a bunch of stuff they already have, and it's just kind of
Evolving.
lore building, world building, story building type thing that they're working on.
Yep.
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 And then number 1, Minecraft, which you said you didn't agree with, but I can 100% see it.
I mean, I can see maybe top 10,
Um,
top 15, but number one, Minecraft.
I mean, when you say top 10 with how many games have come out in 10 years, I feel like anywhere in the top 10 games can be flip-flopped, to be
That's
honest.
true. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
One of the reasons I say I am perfectly fine with seeing Minecraft be number one is because of how many different things can be done in it, not just making stuff, but people have created like worlds and games that you can download and just like you can download like a game someone made and it's just Minecraft engine essentially.
That's interesting.
Yeah, like people have made parkour maps, adventure maps, stuff like that, where it's like, puzzle maps, like stuff where it's like that you could play this in only Minecraft probably for the next 20 to 30 years of your life and always have new stuff to play.
Jesus Christ.
If you really wanted to.
It's celebrating 10 years. Came out in what?
Yeah, and it's probably one of the best selling video games out there if we're talking about just standalone copies.
Yeah.
I
mean, they have it for PS4 and Switch. Could you imagine taking that for Switch?
I think they've recently just made it so that way you can play all together on different consoles. Cross-platform. Yeah, I think you can play cross-platform on just about anything now.
Is there a story mode to that game?
There is not, but they came out with like how Telltale did like story games where it's like Walking Dead, Batman, stuff like that. They have a Minecraft one.
Oh, actually, I see it right now. It's actually made by Telltale.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Telltale Minecraft story. There's 1 season, 2 seasons, 2 seasons maybe. The complete adventure. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah. Okay. Cool.
So, I just looked up on Wiki real quick to see if I could get a number. It is the best-selling video game of all time, selling over 176 million copies across all platforms by late 2019, and having over 112 million monthly active users or players.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, like it's, yeah.
Yep, I saw someone. There's like one streamer of Minecraft. He died at some point or something, and like lost his whole world or something. I was like, oh shit.
I mean, there's a gaming group that I watch. I don't want to say like religiously, but like I watch a lot of stuff. They're part of Rooster Teeth called Achievement Hunter.
Yeah.
Every Friday they release a Minecraft episode or video.
Nice.
And they're on like episode like almost 400 or something. They've been doing it for like the past 5 years or something, or maybe even more. But it still goes strong. Like people still watch that shit. Like, it's almost like 7 days in an aspect where it's like you can play the game and just keep going. Yeah, the possibilities are almost infinite.
Yeah. I'll read down I'm gonna read down to like the top like 25 if you don't mind. So 11 is PUBG, 12 Return of the Obra Dinn, 13 Gone Home, 14 Super Mario 3D World, 15 Everything, 16 Nier Automata, 17 Persona 4 Golden, 18 Her Story, 19 Overwatch, 20 Journey, 21 Counter-Strike CS:GO, 22 Stardew Valley, 23 Rocket League, 24 Towerfall, and 25 Outer Wilds. And then Dishonored's right there and Doom's right behind it. Portal 2, Florence, Assassin's Creed, Bloodborne. And it goes on.
Yeah. Which I actually saw a
God of War 38.
Reddit thread. I saw a Reddit thread the other week, which I brought up to you. Is like, with the decade coming to a close, like, what are some of your top games of the decade?
Yep.
And it got me thinking because it's like it's been a long 10 years and there's been a lot of games. Do you have any that aren't super obvious besides Last of Us, Horizon, Borderlands that you would say are some of your top games?
I mean,
I know it's a hard question to answer for you. Taking those out.
It wasn't. It gets not hard, but like back in 2009, I guess it was 2008, 9, but I really got into it. Like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, like those games. They aren't like the best games, but like their multiplayer, I spent months worth of playtime on them, like months. I remember Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which came out earlier than it's more than last decade, but Modern
It came
Warfare
out right at the end of 2009, I would say. It was our freshman year. It came out.
freshman year was Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, you said Modern Warfare. I thought you said.
Yeah,
okay.
but like me and our roommate, our buddy Rob, we would play that we wouldn't go to bed till 4 or 5 in the morning. I have class at 8. Like we'd play that forever. So like one of those, like that game would probably be an honorable mention just for how much time I put into it and how much like it was so addicting. Like one more match. One more match. I want to unlock this weapon skin. One more match. I want to unlock this weapon. I want a prestige. One more match. And that it would literally go in for another 3 hours. Like I would definitely say one of those. But story-wise, as you mentioned, Horizon Zero Dawn, Last of Us, Celeste was really. I had a really fucking fun time playing Celeste, and like take this with a grain of salt too, because I didn't play all the games that they're listing here and everything. So like it's only what I've played, so which is a lot more finite than what these guys list here. But I never played Skyrim. I've never played New Vegas yet. Like stuff like that. So.
Like I was trying to think of a list.
God of War was amazing.
Like some of my lists were set in there, like Dark Souls, Witcher 3. Honestly, I would say Divinity, Original Sin 2, which I recently started playing again. It's definitely up there because of the replayability.
I'm looking through my games here now. Uncharted 4 was a fucking awesome game. Like
Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
Story was really good.
Extremely good.
Zelda Breath of the Wild. I also had New Vegas and Hollow Knight on there.
Hollow Knight is amazing. I just recently beat that. That's probably I went on stream saying this, and I think I'll say it again now. It's probably one of my favorite platformers of all time.
Mm-hmm.
It's between that and Celeste. But Hollow Knight had just so much more. Like you can upgrade your weapon. You can find different charms. You can equip. You can do you can almost do different builds to your character, with the charms and stuff. So like it had more substance to it, I want to say. Whereas Celeste, like the story of Celeste was fucking awesome. Like overcoming that personal,
Yeah, Celeste had a really deep story meaning behind it.
Yeah, so they're both top platformers for those different reasons. Like, but I'm thinking about other Switch games I have. Like Odyssey, dude. Odyssey was amazing. To play like another Mario 64 type S game in the past decade, I was addicted to
I remember. I think
I need to get one more moon. One more on this level. Like,
I think the thing that bothered me a little bit about Odyssey, which like I felt like this kind of when it came out, but I feel like I didn't know exactly how to put it into words. Was I was going in expecting like what 64 is, where it's like a hub world, and it's like when you go into like the sub levels, like whatever it is, it was like it would tell you get a star by doing this, and then you would have to figure out how.
I get it.
Like some of them were straightforward, and some of them weren't. Which like Odyssey was a great game, but it was like I went in expecting one thing, and it was slightly different. So it just like it didn't hit me as much, and it didn't make it feel as fun as I was expecting to be. Like it's still a great game. I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But there's things in the game like you can go talk to the parrot, and he can give you stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but they couldn't possibly. There's like I don't know. Some worlds have like 100 moons. They couldn't possibly give you, all of them.
Yeah.
Like that, but
yeah.
Did you beat the game and get that message at the end? Did you go with like the final fucking crazy thing on the Darker World?
No, I never even got to the Dark World.
Dude, that was fucking awesome. It took me a long time, but like, one of those things. Like, okay, you play it, you die here immediately. Okay, I'll learn that part. Get to the next part, die immediately, and then like you get so far, like the first couple points just become like muscle memory. Like, okay, jump here, do this. So it got to like that point, and I'm like, all this, dude, like, I don't remember like palms sweaty, like fucking white knuckle gripping a controller, like in the past couple years as much as I did in that one sequence. So like, it was just fucking great. But I don't know what else. I'm looking through here. Yeah, Red Dead. I loved God of War's story. I'm surprised at how high they have No Man's Sky on this list.
I think it might be because of all the updates that have
Few
happen.
games have experienced a kind of comeback that No Man's Sky has enjoyed. Yep. So they talk about its
Yeah.
comeback, but it's ranked 48 on here. I like that game, but I wouldn't really recommend it, or not recommend it. I wouldn't put it in my top
Yeah.
5 games. I'm just scrolling through here what these guys have. They have Mario Maker on there, of course.
I did see Mario Maker was like number 95 or something.
Yeah,
Which I feel like it was a good game because it added an innovative feel of, hey, here's the assets to make stuff, make your own, and like
yeah, yep.
on one end it sounds like, well, now you're making me do work for you, but then like
Well,
when you
fuck you.
realize what you can do with it, and like just like I was actually watching a Mario Maker 2 stream today,
Okay.
where what the builder had the player do was use Yoshi, eat a sideways spring, and use it to spit the spring out to hit a thwomp into a POW block and kill the thwomp.
Like playing a fucked up game of pool.
Yeah, and it was like
Wong,
the
wong.
streamer was like, "That's what I was like." She was like, "I would have never thought of that. It's like I would have never thought about making that in a level, and someone
Yep.
thought of it." And
Yep.
it's like some of the things people do in that game is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's people are very creative when
Yeah.
given the tools to do whatever the fuck
Yeah.
they want in the game, which I guess was why Minecraft is so goddamn popular too.
Yeah.
But dude, as I'm scrolling through his list, I saw 3 more that I would also agree with that would be definitely in this list. Portal 2, like
Yep.
the Portal series. Dude, I can't believe I didn't include Grand Theft Auto 5 with what it's kind of done with its online mode. Like what Rockstar did with that game is fucking insane. Like, take it
Yeah.
however you want it, but like, dude, they made something insanely crazy and special, like, and extremely profitable.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's
gotta
one of
mention
those
that.
things where it's like, oh, there's gonna be 3 characters to play as.
Mhm.
Anytime I hear that, it's like, okay, how long is the game gonna be? 12 hours to play each one as 4. Which, like, GTA was like, okay, like, I'm expecting to be a little bit longer, but it's like, how long is the actual story? Because I remember Resident Evil 6 was the same way,
Yep.
where it was like, there's 3 different characters you can play as, 3 different stories going on. It was like, okay, well, how long are each of the characters? And I think
Do
it's
you play
like,
them
each
individually,
character, you
or
play
what?
individually, and they're, like, stories intertwine.
No,
So,
yeah,
like, you'll see,
yeah, yeah.
like, them intertwine. But each character's story is, like, a solid, like, 6 hours long or something. So it's still, like, 20 hours of gameplay. And it's like, okay, that's a lot more than I was expecting. Like, I was expecting maybe, like, 3, maybe 4 hours tops of each character.
You're talking about GTA still, right?
No, I'm talking about Resident Evil 6.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, like, that's a lot more than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
so...
And then GTA 3, I didn't. When they first announced, like, okay, 3 playable characters, I thought you could pick one, do the story.
but they all...
Initially, that's what I thought. But like, you start off as one guy, he meets the other guy through his story. You can
Mhm.
switch between the 2 characters then, and then
And then you
of course,
find a third.
find a third. And like, once you beat the game, you can literally switch between each character whenever you want. Like, if you're in a
Yep.
shitty situation, fuck it, I'm switching to Trevor. Fuck it, switching to Franklin or Michael. But like, I always thought it was cool when you switch to each character. Like, it just picks up right from what they were doing in their life. Like,
Yep. Sitting on a
sometimes-
bench or,
yeah,
you know, just
Waking
driving down the street.
waking up drunk as shit. You switch over to Trevor.
Yep.
He has fucking 5-star wanted level. Like, God damn it.
Yeah.
You switch to him. But like, it's definitely has to be
Yep.
mentioned. But yeah. Besides
Um,
that, what we mentioned, and yeah, good stuff.
Well, one I just saw, which I
BioShock?
forgot about.
BioShock.
I've still only beaten the first one. I have to go back and beat the second and third.
I would definitely BioShock's not on this list, but I would definitely remove all the fucking 2K basketball and fucking football games from this list, and definitely throw BioShock on there. But anyway, continue.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 15 is something I would put in there because of the writing and story. I'm pretty sure I've said it before, but like, that's one of the first games I think where it made me feel like not necessarily emotionally attached to like the side characters, but like
Okay.
when things didn't go good for the side characters, it was like, no, like don't know why, like, and you could see like
I don't
the
want someone to
camaraderie.
die, or yeah.
like the camaraderie between like the character you play as and the NPCs that follow
Mhm.
you around. It was like, there's such good camaraderie and writing to show that was like it almost felt like you were physically the person you were playing.
Got you.
So
Nice. Cool.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I think we could seriously actually go and talk about this for a lot longer, but
Yeah.
I don't think we should.
No.
Let's wrap it up. You got anything else there, man?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't think so either. I'm just really pumped for Horizon. I really hope it's true, but I'll leave that for another day.
All right.
Yep. All right. Well, that's going to do it here for Conundrum 73 Guy Party Podcast. Hopefully, we'll catch you guys next week, and I hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you.
Bye.
Peace.